Hello, I'm Robin Smith, certified trauma and relationship coach, and the founder of the Rock Your Relationship movement and the Rock Your Relationship Facebook group. There's a link below if you'd like to join us there for some free trainings. And I'm here today to talk about how to avoid the counterattack. So this is when you're in a situation when you feel attacked or criticized by someone, and your instinct or your knee-jerk reaction might be to counterattack, attack back, criticize back, escalate the situation. So anytime there's a criticism or some kind of judgment or attack, and you counterattack, it is likely going to escalate and make things worse. So this is how to avoid escalation. And I'm going to be giving you a scenario from my life just the other day. And I hope that it helps you. And I'll be giving some solid tips for what I did. And I think if you follow through, you're going to find it really helpful in your life too. So here's what happened for me. I'm in a local community group. I live in Costa Rica, and we have these WhatsApp groups where you can join and learn about what's happening in the community. And in our community, last week, there were two people who almost drowned at the local beach. And that's because there are riptides there. And it happens regularly that people almost drown or do drown at that beach. And of course, that's a terrifying thing to happen, very sad. And so there are now signs there at the beach that are very clearly stating, this has riptides. Here's where they are. Don't go there. Do this if the riptide gets you. So people were talking about the situation that two people almost died last week. And I said something to the effect of, well, it seems like the signs aren't working, or this wouldn't have happened. And maybe what we need to do is put the signs closer to the ocean instead of back in front of the parking area. And that's pretty much all I said. And so I got a response from the woman who manages the group, and it seemed to me that she took it personally. And she said, basically, how disrespectful of you to criticize the neighbors who made the signs. Why don't you get off your chair and do it yourself? And I was taken aback, surprised, because I didn't think I was being critical of the neighbors who made the signs. I didn't say anything about the people who had made the signs. I didn't think I was being disrespectful of anybody, but clearly she was offended and took it that way. And this is a woman who is a wonderful community organizer, and I'm guessing she was one of those people who organized it and participated in making these signs, placing the signs, which is an incredible effort. And I really get that. And I appreciate that that neighbors do that. People in our community do that. And it's unfortunate, really, that the government doesn't do it, right? Why is it the locals who should be doing this kind of thing, placing signs where people could die? But in any case, I was upset by it because I had no intention of hurting any feelings or causing any rift. And I felt like I was getting criticized. When you tell somebody that's disrespectful, that's basically a criticism and a judgment. So she criticized me, and I could have criticized back. And I've seen in so many chats and Facebook groups and, places where people say something and people are kind of harsh and rude in response. And I didn't want that I didn't want to participate in that. I never want to participate in that. And I certainly didn't want to have a situation like that in my own local community. So I was really careful with how I responded. And first I read her response a few times, and my response to see, did I criticize? Was I disrespectful? And I tried to understand where she was coming from. And so I responded as clearly as I could, starting with an apology. Even though I didn't think I did anything wrong, I thought it would be helpful to apologize, to let her know I was so sorry, that she felt criticized, and that I had no intention to criticize. So I let that be known right from the beginning. That wasn't my intention. And I expressed appreciation for the neighbors who made the signs and put out a lot of energy and even their own money and time and materials to do that. And And then I hadn't realized that was done by the neighbor. So I let her know that. And I was really grateful that they had gone through all that to make that happen. And let her know I thought the signs were wonderful and very clear. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the signs themselves. And I also actually said, maybe my idea wasn't even a good one, because if you think about it, it would take away the whole beautiful view of the beach to have these signs right there. So, maybe there's other ways to handle it. And I just had one little suggestion, and, I'm not saying that's the only way to handle it, but, I was just thinking maybe something different needs to happen. So I, kind of humbled myself by saying maybe it wasn't a good idea anyway. And then I said, and then I acknowledged what I thought might be her perspective. And of course, I'm just guessing here. I don't know exactly what was going on for her and why she took such offense. But I said, I can see why you might see that I'm not contributing enough, because she did comment on how I'm just commenting from my house and computer instead of showing up and participating. So I tried to resonate with her comment there, and also said, I understand that. It's true. I don't participate as much as I would like to. And then I finished with, I would like to participate more. And so I'm setting the commitment to, or the intention to do that. And that's how I ended the comment. So hopefully you took some notes. I'll just summarize that again. I started with an apology and an explanation that I had no intention to criticize. And then I expressed my appreciation for all the efforts that went into those beautiful signs. I complimented the signs and how clear and beautiful they were. I acknowledged what I thought might be her perspective and why she thought and said what she did. And I made my own intention to do better. So I humbled myself by apologizing, recognizing my comment maybe wasn't such a smart one, and acknowledging I could participate more. So all that was me being humble instead of me attacking back and making her wrong and me right. I didn't want to play that game. So hopefully you find that helpful. And what I also want to say is we can put all this effort in and try to get because we're hoping for a certain outcome. Like I would have hoped she would have said, thank you for your apology. I appreciate your intention to contribute. I'm sorry if I attacked you, something like that would have been nice, but she didn't respond at all. And I know she read it because you can see on WhatsApp, who's reading. And what to do, I have no control over how she perceived my comment, what she did with it. Maybe she intended to comment and didn't get back to me. I don't know. Other people gave it a heart, so I know that it got through to some people and that felt good. But generally, we can't have an attachment to the outcome because we have no control over how it's getting received and what people do with it and what they say back. But we can just do our best. So I feel good because I'm in integrity with me, saying the thing that I felt needed to be said, and just to clear the air on my part, and hopefully, not have any animosity between us, and show that I'm a citizen, a community member who wants to be a good community member and participate and not push people away. And the rest is out of my control. So if you found that helpful, please like it and leave me a comment with what was the most helpful part, what you learned. Any questions, please let me know. I get notifications and I can come and answer you. Please like and subscribe to this channel if it's helpful. I have a lot of videos and trainings here on communication and other types of relationship tips. And of course, feel free to share with your friends and family, anyone you think you can benefit. And speaking of benefiting, I have some freebies for you. Down below in the description, I have created what I call the Connection Cure checklist. And this is a very short 10 tips for how to communicate more skillfully. So first you're going to kind of rate yourself and see how you're doing in these 10 areas of communication. And then under each one, you're going to get a tip for how to do better. So it's a real quick cure to how to improve your communication. And it takes honestly about 2 minutes to read it. So look for that down below, the communication checklist. And then shortly, in about a month's time from when this video is posted, I am offering my communication training. It's called the Connection Code. And you can look for a link down below for that coming soon. I'm going to be not only teaching some communication skills to help you get heard and understood, to create a deeper connection, more intimacy, improve appreciation between people, but also improve boundaries. People have told me I need to learn more about boundaries. So I'm adding some new content to this training. So I hope to see you there. And thanks for watching. Again, please like and subscribe if you found this valuable. It helps more people find this channel. And I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.